Okay, watchers, here we go. We are looking at the Trans Am here. The part that we found to fix the problem. They are 470 ohm resistor by half watt. Now, what we ended up doing was, this was the stock plug with the 160 amp. And then this right here, the 4-pin. This actually had two wires on the connector. I depenned it when I was putting it in here to fix the problem. But what we ended up doing, if you look, and you're looking at the alternator plug itself, you'll see it's the second wire right there. Hooked it in. Okay, in this line here, I actually put one of the resistors, the 470 ohm resistors. And for right now, to test, I ran it to, down here is a switched power, just temporarily to see if it works. And I'll take you in here and start it up and show you the results. Like I said, originally the gauge started at 12.2 and went down from there. We do have the Intellitronics dash in here, but as far as the cluster, the gauge, so there we go. We're running 14.3 volts now, so the battery will charge 14.4. What that exciter wire does, because you can't apply a direct 12 volts to it, the resistor bumps it down a little bit, and from there what happens is the 12 volts is not directly applied. Instead, it's just shy of 12 volts, and tells the alternator, hey, we're below our 12 volts we need, and the exciter wire activates the regulator, and then that's where the alternator actually kicks in and starts to charge. Also, as you can see here, Junior has been working on cleaning up the power for us, all the wiring. Still have some loom to put in here, but as you see right here, I was talking in the video as far as the relocation, battery relocation. This on the left side, driver's side, for the Pontiac was originally where the battery was, because with the Buick Pontiac Olds motors, the starter is on the left side, so they put the battery on the left side. With the F-body, luckily enough though, between the Firebird and the Camaro has an option. The body itself, because on the Camaro, the Chevy, the motor's on the right side. So they have the battery on the right side, the passenger side. So literally what we did, you see down here, I still have to loom it up. That's our positive wire going there. And I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if I can get a light and get you guys in there to see. But down here we have the actual ground. Everything is run like that. So now we have two battery trays, but one is serving the purpose for the stock fuse box out of the Yukon. I chopped the mount down so it fit in here. The PCM for right now we just have zipped right here, because I believe what we're going to end up doing is either securing it to the inner fender well with brake brackets, or once I put the lid on the fuse box, see how high it sits, because we might actually end up pulling up here on the bottom of the core support, or literally setting it right on top of the case or the cover for the fuse panel. That's where we're at right now with the Trans Am. We'll have more projects coming. Like I said, I can do a little bit. The wiring was fine. As far as the big stuff that requires both of my arms, it's always a joint effort. Either Junior helping me, or Tommy, or my friend Jamie that you saw, or I showed you, was doing work on the body. So it closes now. The body lines aren't quite as straight as we'd like them to be yet, but that gives us the ability. There we go. There's a nice heater. that gives us the ability to, like I said, at least get it on the road and drive it. You see, so, and I can't wait to get the nose. We still got to work the fender and the gap over here a little bit, but I'll be back with you guys in a minute. Well, YouTube Nation, there you have it. That's the update. Resistor fix we were talking about. From what my research shows, it actually worked on several alternators, GM, the AC Delcos, or the Delphis, when going through and doing this. Like I said, we had to go with the 105 amp alternator because of height clearance issues with the hood. We still might end up doing either putting the alternator on the right side or actually just flipping the power steering pump, reservoir, and the alternator with the ICD billet bracket that allows us to do that, which will create a whole bunch more clearance on that. For right now, that's the update on Trans Am. I'm hoping sometime, I said Junior started his new job, so hopefully sometime I can get either him or Tommy over here and help me get the nose on. So then we can take it for a little ride and get some numbers. I'll plug in, I've got OBD Link, the LX, plug that in and record some information on how it's running and everything, and see if there's any other issues we have to actually look at. My goal is to have it out of the garage and at least to my residence. It's about 5 miles from here. But we're gonna gradually take it on short steps, short trips. You know, we got a church right down here with a big parking lot. Maybe there first, run it through its paces. Because like I said, prior to doing a swap, we replaced all the suspension components, front end and the rear, all the bushings and the control arms. We replaced all that. The rear shocks, the rear springs we replaced. All the hardware and everything to go with them. Bushings back there also. The sway bar in the rear, we replaced all those bushings. Car pretty much has new brakes all the way around before we brought it here, and it hasn't driven much since. So once we're able to get that nose on, hook the lights up, like I said, we're gonna do, and we'll probably have videos of the drive on here, but what we're gonna end up doing is do gradual steps in order just to test it on the road to make sure it's tried and true before, because there's a good section where you're either going right through the middle of the town with no place to pull off, or if we take the other road, there's no shoulders, and then we come to an intersection where we have to make a left, and there's a bunch of traffic. And if we were to pull out, we're actually going against traffic to get into the lane we're going into. That's too much of a chance, and even if we did that, there's not much shoulder on that road, and that puts us through town also. So we just want to make sure the car is tried and true, get some miles on it, and drive it around the garage a little bit. We have a test drive loop we do also, which is right around a mile, and gradually step it up on roads that have shoulders to make sure that it's safe and make sure that we don't have any issues. We did put a whole new fuel system in it when we went to the fuel injection, obviously. I had that left over. I had done another fuel injection conversion on it when I came back from my deployment, went to start it up, freaking gas everywhere. The O-rings went bad, couldn't find out while I was gone. There was a recall on the O-rings, replaced the O-rings, and just wasn't happy with it. And that was the one we actually ended up putting that setup on the El Camino. Well, with Trans Am, we removed it, and I put a carburetor back on there, used a new tank, carburetor tank for it, that I still had in storage. And then when I did the LS swap, we went ahead and just, we already had this tank from when we did the original fuel injection conversion on it, popped it in there. So we just want to make sure we're good on fluids, especially with my driveway. I have a brand new driveway. I don't feel like parking in there and having antifreeze or trans fluid or fuel or anything, because the driveway butts up right to the side of the house. Not that I can't put a drip pan down, I just prefer not to have the fluids, because with my township, all I need to do is see an enforcement agent come by and see any fluids on the freaking driveway. So we will update you shortly, and next Friday, I believe we have an update on Tommy's Apache. I'm waiting to reveal the addition that he's getting put in on his property, because with our tried and true one of these vehicles we put out, the ultimate plan is to be able to drive him to his house to get a final look over, and his addition will help greatly on all the vehicles, including his Apache. So that's it for now. We're up to, you'll see the video comes out next Friday. It says 180. I put the video, got it ready, and for some reason it won't let me edit that one. But we're currently up to 185 subscribers. I want to thank each and every one of you and encourage the people that haven't subscribed, because as you know, I talk, the people that are watching aren't the ones that are subscribed, and the people that are subscribed aren't watching. I'll put a real quick clip of that in here just to show you guys the numbers. It doesn't hurt to subscribe. It doesn't commit you to anything. That's just one of the requirements YouTube has for monetization. The other one is watch hours, and you guys are probably familiar with that if you pull it up on Google. But hopefully, like I said, hopefully we're 15 short of the goal right now that I had set for time-wise, because everybody wants 1,000 subscribers. Well, I broke it down in increments, and we're getting close to the next phase, because we're about to start year 3 with the videos. So there's a certain number I want to have prior to starting that, and hopefully here in the next month we can get those additional 15 subscribers and more. But again, this is Ron from RTR Gearheads, and from all of us here, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, liking, setting the notifications up. And even if you're not subscribing, thanks for watching, because I can see that there are people watching, but it would just really help us if they subscribed also. But this is Ron from RTR Gearheads. I want to thank all you guys and girls for watching, and hopefully you'll start giving us comments and letting us know that you like the content we're putting up, so we can focus more on that or bring up other content. There was a project we were supposed to go pick up this week, but schedules clashed and we weren't able to go pick it up. But hopefully we'll have that here soon too. So again, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. It's Ron from RTR Gearheads.